Hello, students. Here we are in class, outdoors, in the cold Montreal, Canadian weather. And we're looking at a tree. Christmas is around the corner. So I thought I would film this tree while I talk to you about something that you might be experiencing if you're a new vegan, or even if you've been vegan for a long time. It's called Vystopia. Do you know what that is? It's the anguish of being vegan in a non-vegan world. It's what vegans feel when they start to realize that everywhere around them, people hurt animals, and that they used to be part of it, and that everywhere around them, people will continue to hurt animals, even though you might beg and plead and cry and ask them to please stop. If you are somebody who is not vegan, and you care about your family, and somebody is vegan in your family, I encourage you to try to understand what Vystopia is, to help as much as you can those who are suffering. You see, when vegans start to find out what happens to all the animals, it's absolutely heart-wrenching. It hits them like a ton of bricks, and they want desperately to stop, filled with guilt for having hurt these animals in the past, and filled with a sense of urgency to stop what's going on now, leads them to be frantic, deeply sad, and often very angry. But you can help. Even if you're not vegan yourself, you can still reach out and be what I call vegan fantastic. That's a vegan supporter. You might not be vegan yet, but you'll at least be aware of what your family member or friend is going through and be able to help a little bit. Even if you yourself don't feel any connection to the animals whatsoever, surely you must feel connection to the family member who's suffering. And they're suffering because they know what goes on in the meat industry, the egg industry, and the dairy industry. So here are some things you can do to help somebody who's suffering from Vystopia. This goes for all kinds of foods on the table, including desserts. When cakes come out and cookies, the vegan who is suffering from Vystopia will look down and realize and be reminded that they used to eat these things, and they know that they taste good. And part of them, of course, wants to eat them to be part of the gang and to relive all their childhood memories. But it's all different now. Now they know what happens in the egg industry, that the baby boy chicks are murdered at just 1 day old because they'll never be able to lay eggs. And they know what else is in those cookies and those cakes. Milk. Milk that comes from the dairy industry, full of violence and cruelty, where fathers are masturbated, their sperm forcefully inserted into females, babies taken away at birth, their throats slit just because they'll never be able to have any milk to produce. All of it is heart-wrenching for the vegans in the family. If you are not yet vegan and you want to be a friend to those who are suffering, try to be helpful by saying, hey, let's Google vegan baked goods. Let's bake vegan things together. I can see how you're suffering. I don't want you to suffer. I'm your friend. I'm trying to help. You can even say, I'm not vegan yet. I'm not where you're at. But I'll seriously consider it. I don't want you to walk this path alone. And just those words will help your vegan friend so much. You'll be the opposite of vegan phobic. Vegan fantastic is somebody who's trying to help. You see, it takes 100 clicks to become vegan. 100 realizations in your head and in your heart that that's where you need to go. And you might just be at step 1 or 2, and your family member may have been at step 100 already for several years. But just reassure your friend and your family member that you really want to understand them and you want to be a good person. It will go such a long way to helping them feel better. And now, let's talk about gifts. Maybe you've thought of buying your friend a gift. and you just don't know what to get. Well, just remember, don't buy anything with wool in it. You can Google what happens in the wool industry to understand why. And don't buy your vegan friend anything made out of leather either. Don't put them in an uncomfortable position of having to say, no, I need to refuse this gift because it contains animal products. Even things like honey. Don't give gifts with honey either. If you're not sure, Google vegan gifts, vegan Christmas gifts, vegan birthday presents. There are so many other things you can buy to help your friend who's suffering from Vystopia to get through these times. And above all, never ever laugh at them if they're crying or upset. It's really not easy for them. They're not doing it for attention. They just truly cannot stop thinking about the victims of the animals. So now you know what Vystopia is, and now you know how to help. How to be vegan fantastic and not vegan phobic. Thanks for listening, and I hope that all of your holidays will be wonderful times together as we slowly but surely inch towards a vegan world. Thank you.